The Lawrence Cardinals are just about to take the field as it's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. For the final time this year, Dom DeRosa alongside me. My name is Ethan Dewar. We are bringing you today's action on a beautiful, picturesque springtime coming on the summer afternoon here today as the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs are getting ready to take on the home Lawrence Cardinals today. The Bulldogs, fresh off a 2021 Mercer County tournament win, as we were saying in the open. Very impressive road wins for that team. At Notre Dame, at Allentown, at Steiner, really taking down some powerhouse schools in the Colonial Valley Conference to win that title. Most recently, though, just on Wednesday, they actually lost to the West Windsor Plainsboro South Pirates in West Windsor by a score of 8-7. As for Lawrence, they come into this game off a 1-1 two-game series stretch, a win versus West Windsor Plainsboro North, 13-8 on the road on Monday. And then on Tuesday, they lost at Robbinsville, 7-3. Ben Pollack, though, in that loss to Robbinsville, did pitch a complete game after coming into relief for the starter pitcher for the Cardinals in that game. As the Cardinals take the field, we'll give you the starting lineups for the Hopewell Bulldogs today. Dylan Inge will lead off. He's playing center field. Jake Langle will play in right field and bat second. Paul Myers is at second base, batting third. Cole Garrow is the shortstop. He's batting fourth. Number 5, Michael Boyer, is doing the catching behind home plate and batting fifth. Jason Shin is going to play left field and bat sixth. Lucas Henderson is playing at third today. He's number 13. He'll bat seventh. Jeff Petrozzini will designate hit today and bat eighth. And Jaden Shin will play at first base, and he wears number 24. On the mound today for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs is senior right-hander Chris Tobia. He wears number 6. And now the starting lineup for your home Lawrence Cardinals today. Drew Delicato, he gets back to the starting rotation, to the starting lineup today. He will lead off at bat first. He will also be the designated hitter today for the Cardinals. We might expect him to see him later on the mound today. Ryan Willivier will bat in the second hole, and he wears number 25. He plays third base. Hunter Rivera, his final home game, his final regular season game with the Cardinals. He plays center field and bats third. Ben Pollack plays left field, and he bats in the cleanup spot. Robert Kelly will bat fifth and play first base. Kellen Moore will do the catching behind home plate. He bats sixth. JT Gordon will play right field and bat seventh. And Riley Rivera will play second base and bat eighth. And rounding out, playing shortstop, Javi Casadilla. He'll bat ninth. And on the mound today for the Cardinals, Alex Pascal.
Yeah, Ethan, like we mentioned before, Pascal has been very sharp in his past 3 starts compared to the first 3 this season. The senior, it's about time we see him really adjust and everything like that. And we've been seeing his slider and his curveball really have a nastier, sharp break to it compared to what we've been seeing not so much in the first 3 games. So let's see what he's got here in the final game of the season.
Dylan Inge steps in, batting from the left-hand side. Hopewell in their road gray uniforms. Alex Pascal wearing the bright red home uniforms for the Cardinals. He sets out of the stretch, and the first pitch of the final game of the regular season is a swinging strike by Dylan Inge, the center fielder, strike 1. Well, for Alex Pascal, he's definitely made an in-season change. First 3 starts for Alex, he carried an 11 ERA. In the last 3 games, he's had a 3.55 ERA. Quite an improvement. Alex sets, and the 0-1 pitch is driven in the air to right field. Going over to is JT Gordon, but that ball will get foul out of play. So it'll be 0-2.
That was not a bad swing by Inge at all. Left-handed bat, left-handed swing really nicely, but pulled a little too much, a little early on that swing to make it go foul.
So it'll be an 0-2 count as Alex Pascal looks for his first strikeout of the day. In those last 3 starts that Pascal has made, he has struck out 7 in 2 of those 3 starts, his season high. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Inge. 1 up and 1 strikeout, and 1 away in the inning for Pascal.
You know, I think we've been seeing that too in his past couple of starts where he's been succeeding more. It's not just that slider curveball combo, because that can do you justice, but having that fastball is really going to be key in this game too, which it was just previously.
So with 1 away, Jake Langle steps in, and he takes a sweeping curveball in their first strike, 0-1. Langle batting from the right-hand side. He wears number 15. He's playing right field today for the Bulldogs. Pascal out of the full motion, sets the deals. Fastball right down the plate, takes the first strike, so it's 0-2. And quickly, the command seems pretty much there for Alex.
Yeah, it does. I really like that he's throwing the fastball a bit more aggressively too.
It'll be an 0-2 pitch, sweeping curveball, chopped just in front of the plate, but that will go foul to the left-hand side, not a play. So the count will remain at 0-2.
And you got to be aggressive in your stuff if you're Pascal. You got to be confident. You're going to want to be able to punch that strike zone and make hitters beware that you're not afraid to try and hit them.
Pascal working on the full motion. He shakes off the sign from Kellen Moore, his freshman catcher. He's got the sign now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Sweeping sliders lifted in the air to center field. Going over on it is Hunter Rivera and JT Gordon. It'll be JT Gordon. Makes the catch in right center field, and now there's 2 away.
Well, that's good. We've talked about this all season. It's not all about the strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Getting those quick, easy fly balls or ground outs that generate the quickest way and the best way to get outs is going to be the great way for Pascal to succeed and eat up a lot of innings.
So with a strikeout and a flat, that'll bring up Paul Myers. And he checks swings, and he went around. 0-1. Myers wearing number 3. A 1 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Pascal really looks on today.
Yeah, Ethan, you're going to have to get a different color for that first pitch fastball that we're going to be seeing today.
Pascal working out of the full motion. He sets. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The ball's chopped on the ground on the left-hand side. Over on it is Pascal. It'll be Robert Kelly that picks it up, though. He bobbles it. Tossed to first base will not be in time. A misplay at first base by Robert Kelly. Pretty rare to see that from him. But surely I think it would be Martez in E3. Would you agree, Tom?
You know, I'm actually questioning that. The way we saw it, yeah, it was a little bit of a bobble, but with the hustle right there from, I believe that was Myers, I don't know. I think that could have been safe even without the bobble.
And I believe it's actually Jake Lengel at first base. So with Lengel at first, he reaches on. Do you think it was a hit, Tom?
Oh, that's a tough one.
First pitch to Paul Myers is taken down and away. That's the first ball of the game by Alex Pascal, though.
That's not a bad start. Try and keep it 0-0.
Lengel leads from first. 1-0 pitch, that's upstairs. 2-0 now. Now throw over to first base and diving back in is Lengel.
As we're speaking, Manny Machado just tied the game with an RBI double.
Oh, Dom with his Padres.
Missing the game for you today.
For me.
For you.
For the listeners.
For the people? Of course.
2-0 pitches fouled off by no plate, so it's 2-1.
Ethan, you don't know how much I have. I have such a blast here.
I know. What a fun time we had this year, Dom. I know. I'm sure we'll get into it as the game progresses, but
of course,
it is a sad day for us for our last regular season, our last broadcast of the year. What an experience gainer. What a fun time. What a great way to immerse yourself in some baseball. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Myers, and now it's 2-2.
It looks like Pascal is throwing a lot harder too, but with accuracy, he's really making sure those all-speed pitches are breaking later than usual.
There'll be a 2-2. 2 away in the inning. We're scoreless here in the top of the first. And now... And now there's a little bit of discrepancy from head coach Andrew Scepter.
And it seems that the opposing dugout for the Bulldogs were saying Pascal's full name, and Coach Scepter trying to defend his pitcher, and he's not having any of that.
So a little bit of discrepancy, a little bit of some aggression indirectly by the Bulldogs, and doesn't seem to be a rivalry between these two teams, but definitely might ignite either party as the 2-2 pitch is fouled off. And it seemingly was accused by head coach Andrew Scepter, sixth season coaching the Cardinals. He was saying that the Hopewell Bulldog dugout was calling Alex Pascal the pitcher by name. Now we hear a lot of jeering from either dugout in these games, but I guess just incorrect there for 2-2 pitch. Fastball tried to get him to chase on that one, but it's out of the zone, so it's 3-2 to Paul Myers, the second baseman.
Yeah, I just still find that interesting, everything that kind of went down right there. You know, I support Coach Scepter for doing that, defending his players like that. It can get in your mind pretty quickly.
Runners going on the 3-2 count, and that is taken just outside, ball 4. 2-out walk issued by Alex Pascal.
Question is, can we say his full name?
And now with Runners on first and second with 2 away in the inning. That'll bring up the cleanup batter for the Bulldogs, Cole Garrow. First pitch to him, and that's outside for a ball. So seemingly it seems that Alex Pascal's a bit rattled now. I wonder if the dugout was getting to him a little bit. Either way, the task at hand is Cole Garrow, the shortstop for the Bulldogs. No score, runners at first and second, 2 outs. And that pitch is in their first strike, so it's 1-1. Cole Garrow batting .333 on the year for the Bulldogs. One of the many offensive threats that this team does possess. Again, shockingly this year, Bulldogs are the Mercer County Tournament champions. Runners are going, and he will run back to first base. Pitcher's taken outside, so the count will go to 2-1 now.
This is going to be a big pitch right here. You're behind. It's usually a hitter's count in this kind of a situation. Let's see what Pascal does.
Pascal sets, working out the stretch with runners on first and second. And now they're going to say a balk. Balk was called by the midfield umpire. And with that call, runners will now move into scoring position with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, it seems like we've been doing that more and more as the games have gone. That's a couple of balks now we've seen in this past season. And that one does hurt, but you're just going to have to still try it and get this batter out.
It'll be a 2-1 to Cole Garrow. Pascal sets and delivers, and that pitch is outside. And you wonder with first base open if he would walk a batter here.
Yeah, you're right, Ethan.
Pascal looks in at Kellen Moore. He has a sign. Runners lead off second and third. No score. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. 3-1, excuse me. That's a big pitch there.
That is.
This is a huge strikeout opportunity for Alex Pascal.
And it seems like the Bulldogs cannot get on that fastball. They're a little late on it. They're expecting stuff off speed.
Lango leads from third. Myers at second. Cole Garrow faces a full count offering. Pascal sets. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off behind home plate. They got the umpire in the mask. So it'll remain at 3-2, and umpire will have a minute here to capture himself. And, well, the inning started out pretty well for Alex, but seemingly has run into a little bit of trouble here, Dom. What do you think?
Yeah, no, definitely that little issue that we had earlier in the game. There could have been a possible brawl we might have seen, but no, everything for Pascal. You just got to stay focused, stay sharp, and throw what you're most confident in, and just trace back what has been helping me out in these past several starts, the fastball, and that's been helping him out so far against these Bulldogs. Come on, Pascal, I'm throwing it again.
Lawrence Cardinals already set for Colts Neck next Tuesday. Final tune-up at home here today. Here's the 3-2, fouled off behind home plate. Big hack there by Garrow, but the count will remain at 3-2.
Yeah, he heard me. He wanted to go fastball for sure.
Maybe Kellen Moore, the catcher, heard you.
No one's listening to me.
I think a lot of people are.
Oh, yeah. No, you're technically right.
Infield back with 2 away in the inning. Just trying to get this last out, keep this team scoreless. We're on the top of the first. Pascal sets. 3-2 pitch. That's just up high, ball 4. Well, the bases are now loaded. 2 walks in the inning after setting down the first 2. And now with the bases loaded, Michael Boyer will stand in the catcher.
Well, you know, there's no need to panic just yet. Yeah, the first base was open and now the bases are juiced, but with Boyer coming up, you just still want to get that out and just get out of this with no harm done. Everything's all talk right now.
Michael Boyer steps in, batting from the right-hand side. Batting .254 on the year. First pitch is popped up. Over in foul territory goes Robert Kelly. He's going to have a look, but that will just go foul. From our angle, it looked like it was going to remain in fair territory, but that ball just cuts foul. But the count is 0-1. Michael Boyer looking to add to his 12 RBIs he has for Hopewell this year. That ball is lifted foul and out of play, so now it's 0-2. This would be a huge strikeout for Pascal.
That would be great. You're going to need it. It's an 0-2 count. You can really throw anywhere outside the strike zone. Just You have to have confidence in Kellen Moore behind the plate to block anything that he can do.
Pascal sets working out of the full motion with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. 0-2 pitch. That ball's hit on the ground to the left-hand side. Javi Casadilla, the shortstop's up with it. Throw to first in time. And now we'll retire the side. Huge pitching performance by Alex Pascal to leave them loaded. We're scoreless. Cardinals will come to bat for the first time in this game. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the first inning here in Lawrence. It's a no score as the Lawrence Cardinals take on the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs today. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. For the final time this season, alongside Dom DeRosa, my name is Ethan Dewar. We have a scoreless game as the Cardinals are getting themselves tuned up as they will take on Colts Neck next Tuesday in the first round of the New Jersey Central Group 3 tournament.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great experience for Lawrence, too. Sadly, we cannot be going there Tuesday. Colts Neck is a little bit of ways away for the both of us, I think. But we're going to be cheering them on, of course, the whole way through, even after this. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And, hey, how about a lot of fun with Pascal getting out of that inning unharmed, Ethan?
No runs, only allowing one hit. He did walk 2, which is what got him in trouble. Walks will do that to you. But he left the bases loaded, and we're still scoreless in this game.
Yeah, no, really good outing. I was afraid Pascal was going to be having some challenges right there on the mound when that happened, but he got out of it. And let's see what the Cardinals can do by swinging the twigs.
Well, with the twig and in the box is Drew Delicato, the leadoff batter for the Cardinals. Tobias sets right-hander deals. Swing and a miss by Delicato. He fouled that off behind home plate, so it's 0-1. Drew Delicato, the junior. Find him usually on the mound, and right fielder in this case today, leading off in designated hitting. Might see him pitch later in this game. It's batting .239 on the year, 11 for 46. Tobias sets 0-1 pitch. That's taken upstairs for a ball, so it's 1-1. Delicato self-described as a team leader, and rightfully so. And you have to figure as we begin to turn the page on this season, look at the next. Definitely be a senior presence next year. 1-1 pitch is chopped in the air to left in center field. Inge has a read on it, and he makes the two-handed catch for the out. So 1 away for Hopewell Valley. And Chris Tobia, right-handed starter on the mound today for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, going back to Delicato's at bat, that was not a bad swing, but it just seemed like he was just under it. But if he was really on that, and there was a good amount of barrel contact, that would have been going a long way, possibly out of here.
So now it's 1 away in the inning. That'll bring up Ryan Willivier. Willivier batting out of the 2-hole. Takes a pitch upstairs and away, 1-0. Well, for Ryan, he said, it seems like mid-season he made the adjustment to batting out of the 2-hole. Says he likes it a little bit more because he can see more pitches. Left-hander takes a ball in there for a strike, so it's 1-1. Batting from the left-hand side, it makes Willivier susceptible to one of his primary ways of getting on base. That's the hit by pitch. 10. The Lawrence Cardinals record is 11. See if he gets hit today. Hopefully not. He fouls the 1-1 pitch off behind home plate, so it's 1-2.
You know, I'm surprised when it comes to Willivier. I think he does the right thing, but I'm surprised no umps call him on possibly intentionally getting hit by pitches.
And the 1-2 pitch is taken upstairs away and away with the curveball, so it's 2-2. Well, absolutely, Dom. You see that with lefties. You know, it seems that in high school the lefties are far and few between. I'm sure the Cardinals appreciate having his bat in the lineup, especially against a right-hander like Tobia. 1-2 pitch, and that's taken outside. So now it's a full count to Ryan Willivier. Third baseman does walk a fair amount. He also does hit, 11 for 46 on the year. Same as his counterpart, Drew Delicato, both banged .239 on the year. Tobias that's working on the full motion, and the 3-2 pitch. Swung at ground ball, ball 4, and that ball's hit on the ground of the second baseman. Myers is up with it, and he shovels it over to Shin in time for the out, 4-3. And there's 2 away in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, that was great hustle by Willivier right there. But you know what they always say, the ball is always going to beat you, and that one just did. That was a little dribbler right over there to second base in Myers, but he was able to get that out at first and beat it out. So Willivier, nice hustle, but just couldn't get enough of it to stay safe at first.
So a 2-away in the inning, in steps Hunter Rivera, and he takes a pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. arguably the MVP of this Cardinals team, will go on to play Division I baseball. I'm sure it saves a little bit, maybe not a little bit, as he takes the ball down low, so it's 2-0. Definitely not a little bit. Very much a special day for him.
Of course, a UMBC product.
Final home game for Rivera. 2-0 pitch. That's in the first strike, 2-1.
Yeah, the soon-to-be retriever.
Not the end of the lineage, though, for Rivera, as his brother Riley, a freshman. But the ability that he has to play, seemingly will be on this team for the next 3 years, just like his brother. 2-1 pitch is ripped in the air to center field. Inch has a play on it, though, and he moves over into right center field and makes the catch for the out. 3 up and 3 down for the Cardinals, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We're through 1 inning. Still scoreless here in Lawrenceville. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the top of the second inning here in Lawrenceville. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro. Scoreless as we begin the top of the second inning, and Alex Pascal was effective in the first, but maybe we'll look to be a little more, efficient here in the second inning. Hopefully we'll not load the bases like he did, but he was able to get out of that in the first inning.
You know, I like that vocabulary you had there. That would have taken me 3 days just to come up with a word just as good as yours, because I am not like that when it comes to it. But yeah, no. Pascal got out of that inning, no earned runs, which is great, but you know what? You don't want to have yourself in a pickle every inning when you're on that mound. So you're right. You got to try and be pretty efficient and pretty smooth with it. Let the baseball and your pitching arm do the talking.
Well, in steps Lucas Henderson, third baseman for the Bulldogs. First pitch from Pascal, and that's in there for a strike. Fastball caught right on the inside edge. So it's 0-1. And Dom knows I love to keep track of the first pitch strikes. So far, out of the 7 batters that Alex has faced, 4 of them have been first pitch strikes. That ball's down and away out of the zone, so it's 1-1.
It's like a coloring book in there.
Need some more K's. Gotta use that highlight. Pascal, glove in front of the face, full motion delivery, kicks and deals. That pitch is in there for a strike. Caught the low zone there, and it's 1-2. Pascal and his stir-up high socks become known here, as we've seen him for, this is our 5th time seeing Alex. Had 1 start on the road, a mercy ruled shutout against Trenton. 1-2 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so the count remained at 1-2.
By the way,
Yes, sir.
I love those stirrup socks. Old school, you know what I'm saying? Really nothing fancy, just having it. The right stripes, the right team colors, everything, just to make it present so nicely with that uniform.
Pascal sets, looking for a second strikeout of the day. Henderson will take a 1-2 pitch, sweeping curveball in the dirt. Dropped in front of home plate, so it's 2-2. Hopewell Valley dugout really fired up. And as we said in the top of that first inning, Coach Scepter came out, brought attention to the Bulldog dugout.
They're being as loud as Bulldogs.
Pascal sets, here's the 2-2 pitch. That's upstairs and away, 3-2. From 0-2 to 3-2. Henderson's worked a full count. And in the 6 starts that Alex has made this year, really interesting fact. In the first 3 starts where he struggled, 11 ERA. I'll continue after this full count offering. That pitch is in there, strike 3 called. Got him looking at the fastball, caught the low end of the zone. So Pascal is his second strikeout of the day, and that'll bring up Jeff Petrozzini, the designated hitter today for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, for Henderson's at bat, ring him up, because that was a beauty. We're looking at that fastball yet again from Pascal, and he delivers right on the corner.
I wish people had the visual ability to see your emotion.
Oh.
You just did with that. Pascal delivers a pitch that just misses low, so it's ball 1.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Absolutely. Oh. So in Pascal's first 3 starts in the year, pitched 11, 9 innings, had an ERA, and the 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground to Robert Kelly at first. Kelly cuts to first base himself, 3 unassisted, and there's 2 away in the inning, and that'll bring up Jaden Shin, the first baseman. So with Pascal's first 3 starts on the year, Ewing at home, Nottingham at home, and at Trenton, he carried an 11 ERA, only 9 innings pitched, only 201 pitches thrown. In the last 3 starts leading up to today, 15 and 2/3 innings thrown, has a 3.55 ERA, as Shin lifts that one in the air to center field. Excuse me, to the second baseman, Rivera. He's up with it, and third first is in time. Can't finish my story. But Pascal has thrown 272 pitches in those in those 3 outings. So more pitches, more effectiveness for Pascal. He's affected in the second. We're still scoreless here in Lawrenceville. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
We're to the bottom of the second inning here in Lawrenceville. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Well, after a 1-2-3 top of the first inning, bottom of the first inning, excuse me, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 to go for the Cardinals as Chris Tobia returns to the mound and deals a pitch upstairs to Ben Pollack, the left fielder. So it's 1-0. Pollack's 13 for 51 on the year. That's good enough for a 254 batting average. He's found himself a role in the cleanup spot for the Cardinals, and he hacks at a pitch and chops that behind home plate, so it's 1-1. Pollack has also scored 10 runs on the year, and batting out of that cleanup spot, he's earned himself 8 RBIs. Tobia working out of the full motion. Kicks and deals. Fastball just missed upstairs, so it's 2-1 to Pollack. Leadoff base runner would be great here for the Cardinals if you had to have one today. In this final regular season game of the year. Tobia sets. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, but it doesn't matter as the umpire calls a strike, so it's 2-2.
I was going to say we need a little bit of a replay on that one. Where's our video operator?
Can't replay balls and strikes, though.
Yeah, you're right. I thought I was going on the check swing.
Pollack from the right-hand side. He's going to take a 2-2 pitch, sweeping curveballs, lift in the air. It's going to stay in the infield, though, and coming over to make a nice catch is the third baseman, Garrow. So with a line out to the shortstop, L6 in your scorebook, Don.
Woo!
That'll bring up Robert Kelly, the first baseman.
Garrow came out of nowhere like Superman. I thought that was getting down for a base hit. You had to see. I kind of just pulled the safe one signal, and wow, Garrow just dove in and said, not today, to Ben Pollack. Really nice play over there.
So Tobia sets. It'll be a first pitch to Robert Kelly, the first baseman. That pitch is taken low for a ball, 1-0. Robert Kelly, one of the 2 key freshmen for this Lawrence Cardinals team. We'll definitely be excited to have them here in the future. I'm referring to him and Kellen Moore, who's on deck. Robert batting .285 on the year. He swings and fouls off one behind home plate, so it's 1-1. We've also seen that Robert can pitch pretty well too. Had a great outing last week against Trenton. His first start in his high school career. How about that?
Yeah, he was excellent, man. He was just striking out guys. We had to put the little K banner all over here where we're sitting. It was great.
Tobia sets, and the 1-1 pitch is taken downstairs, 2-1.
You know, we should have done that.
Should have. I think if we knew that someone was going to strike out a lot of people, we would have.
Well, yeah.
Tobia sets. It'll be a 2-1 delivery. Here it is. That's outside for a ball. 3-1. And Kelly does draw his fair amount of walks. He's drawn 8 on the year. That's pretty average for this team. It'll be a 3-1 hitter's count pitch. Here it is. That ball's taken inside, ball 4. There's his 9th walk of the year for Robert Kelly. And with a 1-out base runner aboard, that'll bring up Kellen Moore.
Well, what a way to get a runner on base. The walk issued by Kelly, no surprise there. Flip that jersey number upside down, and that's how many walks he's got for the season. You like that?
That's good attentiveness, Dom.
I know. I actually thought of something pretty clever, I guess.
So with the runner on first, Kellen Moore steps in, batting from the right-hand side. Tobia looks over at Kelly. Does not take his foot off the rubber, though. Hopewell in their road gray uniforms. Hopewell across the front in gold. As Moore swings and fouls off the pitch behind home plate, so it's 0-1. Cardinals in their home red uniforms. Cardinals in script across the front. White numbers on the back. Playing today against Hopewell Valley, my alma mater, class of 2016. Throw to first and Kelly dives back in. I did not play baseball, Don. Do you know that?
No, I couldn't believe that for a second. Now, I know you're a runner because you're one heck of an athlete, and I did not know you knew the head coach right now that we're talking going against this team for.
I do. More on that after the 0-1 delivery. Tobias sets, sweeping curveball in that first strike. Some of the Cardinals dugout wanted a balk call, but it's not. So it'll be 0-2. Head coach for the Bulldogs, Ken Harrison, his 17th season with the Bulldogs. My junior year physical education teacher. How about that, Don?
Wow. Wow.
Good memories with Mr. Harrison.
Small world.
It really is. Especially when we're this close to our hometown. 0-2 pitch. That ball's hit in the air to right field. Now we'll go foul, so the count remained at 0-2.
Yeah, the school bus has to watch out because he was coming through, and we don't want no baseballs shattering anything else except for out of the ballpark.
I don't want to say it yet, Don, but our cars have never been even in the realm.
Oh,
But
well.
we were told, we were
yes.
stressed very early on to
Yes.
park far away from the field. Kelly leads from first. No score, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. 0-2 pitch. And Moore takes upstairs, so it's 1-2.
Good eye right there. Good take from Kellen Moore.
And Tobias seems to have a, I understand why they might have been weary for the umpire to call a ball call. It seems that like there's a little bit of leg motion in the act of the delivery by Tobias. Do you notice it, Don?
I do not.
Maybe it's when he does the full motion. Either way, here's the 1-2. And that pitch is in there, strike 3 called. First strikeout of the day for Chris Tobia. Gets Kellen Moore looking, and now there's 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, you're hoping that with that Kellen Moore at bat, it didn't go the way as planned, but you're still trying to keep alive and do some interesting stuff with a runner at first.
So with 2 outs and Kelly at first, JT Gordon steps in, playing in right field today. We've seen JT in the 9 spot more oftentimes than not this season. Takes a pitch down and away, ball 1. JT batting from the right-hand side. He taps home plate, taps his left front foot. Kelly leads from first. Not very wide of a lead. Tobias sets at the belt, out of the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so it's 1-1. The last 2 times that these teams met, in 2019, they played 2 games against each other, and they split the series. On April 1st, Lawrence defeated Hopewell Valley 3-2, and on the 18th of April, Hopewell Valley won 5-4. Close games. Maybe we'll see that today. Tobias sets. Here's the 1-1. Sweeping curveball is called in there for a strike. Caught the edge of the zone, so it's 1-2.
Yeah, Lawrence has played a lot tougher in wins or losses we're talking about after that 0-4 stint early on to start the season. They really held their own, I would say.
Kelly's running. 1-2 pitches taken upstairs for a ball. Or no, it's strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Chris Tobia retires the Cardinals here in the second inning. We're still scoreless as we head to the third. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Alex Pascal returns to the mound as we begin the top of the third inning here. It's Hopewell Valley Bulldogs taking on the Lawrence Cardinals. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. And so far, Alex Pascal making his 7th start of the year. Final home game start of his high school career as a senior will go to Rutgers this upcoming fall.
Oh, that's something new I did not know of. Really?
I don't think he's playing baseball though.
Oh, okay. Hey, either way, that's pretty cool. Rutgers a big-time school right there compared to what we were at Ryder.
So Pascal will face 1, 2, and 3 again here as we begin the third inning. Pascal faced a little bit of trouble in the first, was able to get out of it. Left the bases loaded for the Bulldogs. And pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the second. He'll look for that here in the third, and the first pitch is a sweeping curveball to Dylan Inge upstairs and away, so it's 1-0.
Do you know what he's going to be studying in or anything? What he's interested in?
Dylan Inge was the first strikeout victim of the game. Bunt attempt, and that's bunted foul down the third baseline out of play, so it's 1-1. Inge batting from the left-hand side. Righty-lefty matchup for Pascal here as he faces the center fielder for Hopewell Valley. Inge steps in. Right foot in, left foot in. Taps home plate. Pascal working on the full motion, leg kick and deals. That ball ran inside, goes to the backstop, so it's 2-1.
You know, Pascal is going pretty hard here, I have to say. I like it a lot.
The theme of this game we've been mentioning about Pascal is the second half season resurgent for the senior. Really has turned this around. And swings and misses, and it's 2-2. Has changed up there by Pascal. And I talked to Alex before the game. I asked him about, what do you think the success was between the first 3 starts of the year to these last 3, where the numbers have clearly improved upon it. He said he just feels more confident out there. Sometimes that's all you need. 2-2 pitch, though, is in the dirt, so it's 3-2.
You know, that's why in MLB The Show, when you see the pitcher and their confidence level, it's got to be super high. I play a lot.
As do I.
You know, I really wonder who everyone listening would think would win a game, because I think I would win, but we're going to say that for ourselves and our own sake, but you got to put it to the test. Maybe we do a little stream.
Oh. That'll be a full count offering to Dylan Inge, and that ball's taken down and away, and that's ball 4. 4th walk of the game issued by Alex Pascal, as his pitch count is seemingly up already. And the Bulldogs have the first base run of the inning aboard here, and that'll bring up Jake Lengel.
Actually, I'm going to ask you, how many pitches so far does he have going into this?
I'm not exactly sure. Seemingly, though, I'll find out in between innings. Scoreless game in the top of the 3rd inning. 7-inning build matchup. Bunt is shown by Lengel, but he pulls it back. That's enough for a strike, 0-1. Final regular season home game. Final regular season game period for the Cardinals. Hopewell will play one more game tomorrow before the state's tournament begins next week. That ball's in the dirt, but Engel showed bunt. And that'll be a 1-1 though. He pulled it back in time. Engel looks down, gets a sign from head coach Ken Harrison. Inge leads from first. Pascal has an eye on him, and now he throws back. Not in time, though, as Robert Kelly's holding him on over at first.
You know what I love about high school baseball?
What is that
mostly goes for Lawrence after this pitch.
That ball's fouled off to the right-hand side, so now it's 1-2.
When it comes to high school baseball, mostly for Lawrence's sake, but other teams too, the stolen bases seems like it's not dying like it is in Major League Baseball, and we're seeing that with any kind of position player. So there's really no slow kind of player that doesn't want to hustle and try and generate runs.
1-2 pitch is chopped on the ground, back to Pascal. He's up with it. He won't have a play at second base. Overhand throw to Robert Kelly. First is in time. The runner will advance, though, on the play. So with the 1-3 put out, there's one away, but a runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs.
And that's why we see so many pickoff moves as of now with high school. Pitchers can be uncomfortable on the mound with runners on base. Depending on what they do, even a possible double steal could be intact.
Tom, I'm going to admit it on the air. I had a scorecard mistake, and I realized what it is.
Yeah, we tried communicating that on the commercial break, and we didn't have much time to do so, but I got a little confused. But yeah, go on.
I had the wrong numbers for some of the Hopewell guys.
That's right. Okay.
I missed a number.
I tried pointing one out to you, and I was like, oh, I don't think so. But hey, we figured it out, Ethan, because we're a team.
Thank you, Dom. And Paul Myers takes the ball inside, so it's 1-0 to him. Wearing number 12, the second baseman. He walked in the first inning, but was stranded at third. One out here in the top of the 3rd. Dylan Inge at second. He represents the go-ahead run here early on in this game. That ball is hit in the air to center field. Hunter Rivera has a play on it. Tagging at second is Inge. He might try it, but he will not go, as Rivera throws it back into the infield. So with the fly out, there's 2 away here in 3rd.
Yeah, the bats right now, with the contact being made, it sounds like those balls are being absolutely scorched and finding grass, but they are not. That one was right to Rivera in center field for another out.
Right side, stick, gotta get over.
So Pascal looking to strand another runner in scoring position. He's already stranded 2 today. And the first pitch to Cole Garrow is taken in there for, I thought it was a strike. It's a ball, so it's 1-0.
Only if we were behind the plate.
Garrow drew a walk in the first. one of the 4 walks that Pascal has issued in this game. Alex sets at the belt, looks the runner back. Out of the stretch and deals, and that ball is hit in the air to right field. JT Gordon has a beat on it. Will move back and makes a nice one-handed catch in right field for the out. F9 on the put out, and now we'll retire this side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Bulldogs. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here in Lawrenceville. It'll be 8-9 and 1 due up for the Cardinals as they try to get on the scoreboard against the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro alongside Dom DeRosa. My name's Ethan Dewar. Dom, our final game of the year. What a fun time we've had, haven't we?
It has been an absolute blast. Let's hope we see a couple of blasts today from the Cardinals offense.
Nice.
It's been great sitting right beside you, whether it was 40 degrees and 9 in the morning or 85 degrees and a beautiful day today. It's just been so fun seeing this team really just grow on us. The fans are really passionate about their Lawrence Cardinals and everything. It's just been a blast, bud.
Well, Tobias sets in the first pitch to Riley Rivera, is taken upstairs for a ball, 1-0. And I guess we can tell folks, Dom, we are actually not done broadcasting for the year.
No, we're not.
In just a few weeks, Dom and I, as we will mention this after the pitch. That ball's outside, 2-0. Dom and I will be doing the play-by-play for the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals, 2 teams that are in the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League. 2-0 pitches upstairs, so it's 3-0. And I'll be doing the play-by-play. Dom will be doing the color commentary.
Of course.
And we are more than excited to start that for the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals. A league that is really like a summer league, almost like mirroring the Cape Cod type league for Division I players to get some playing time in the summer. 2-0 pitches out, 3-0 pitches taken outside for a ball. 4-pitch walk to start the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Cardinals. And for the first time in this game, the leadoff runner is aboard.
Well, there you go. I wouldn't be surprised if Riley Rivera looked like Ricky Henderson in a way and made a nice walk, make it look like he got a triple by landing at 3rd base anytime soon.
So that'll bring up Javi Calzadilla, batting from the right-hand side. Playing shortstop in his usual 6th spot today. 3rd baseman is in for Hopewell, just fearing the bunt, and he takes a pitch upstairs. 5 straight balls now for Tobia, and it's 1-0. Javi was 3 for 5 in the loss on Monday to West Windsor Plainsboro North. 3 for 5 with 2 runs. He had an RBI. 8 RBIs on the year for Javi. Remember early on this year we saw him batting leadoff. He's found himself a good spot though, batting at the bottom of this order. Rivera leads from first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And they're taking first strike, so it's 1-1. Dom, do you have anything you want to say about the ACBL broadcast coming up?
I'm just really excited that I get to still work with my boy Ethan. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of teams, and a lot of games, a lot of double headers. It's going to be something new for the both of us, so it's going to be a nice journey and a step forward from what we would like to do.
We have 40 home games on our slate. Those games will be at Moody Park. Definitely going to be a fun time. You can catch those games right here, 107.7 The Bronx. 1-1 pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Rivera decided to steal, because watch out. If you're trying to sleep, don't sleep with Rivera and watch. He's going to steal those pillows anytime soon.
Rivera does have a pretty good lead. He's held out at first by Shin. Running there, Tobias sets. That ball's hit in the air to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. The line drive hit will keep Rivera, at 2nd base. An effective hit and run will not get the runner to 3rd though. But there's runners on 1st and 2nd here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Ethan, I'm the first base coach for Lawrence High School because, you know, I told Rivera to go on that one, and he read my mind yet again.
Perfect start to this inning as we head back to the top of the lineup here for the Cardinals, and Drew Vandelicato steps in. Drew's a designated hitter today. Has runners in scoring position. Rivera at 2nd. Calzadilla at 1st. First pitch sweeping curveball drops in there for a take, and I believe Drew pulled it back. He showed bunt. Still waiting on the call.
And Rivera advanced to 3rd somehow in some way without getting a ball thrown right at him.
I think it was a stolen base.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm just that good, am I?
So now runners at 1st and 3rd. With no one out here in the inning, and Drew Delicato, he definitely can hit people in. 6 RBIs on the year for Drew. Batting from the right-hand side, he wears number 20. Quiet, upright batting stance. Shifts his power all to the legs. Rivera at third, Calzadilla at first. Nobody out. Tobias sets. And that pitch is in there for a strike. So it's 0-2 now.
I think by the end of Riley Rivera's career here at Lawrence, he's going to be taking one of those bases with him as a prop with all the stolen bags. Pulling a Ricky Henderson.
Tobias looks to runner back at first. Infield up the middle at double play depth. Seemingly would trade a run for 2 outs. Here's the 0-2. That pitch is upstairs. 1-2. The Lawrence Cardinals have never won in Andrew Scepter's tenure 9 games within the regular season. Looking to end that today. Toby looks in. He has the sign from Boyer, his catcher. Checks on Calzadilla at first. He's not too worried about Rivera at third. Now throw to first, and Calzadilla dives back in. Safely.
We're getting a nice breeze now. It's been, a little boiling hot for the both of us, but
Usually this wind is not joyful. It's been blaring at us.
Tell
but
me more.
What a difference. On a nice, picturesque summer afternoon for baseball. Runners at the corners, and still no one out. It'll be a 1-2 pitch to Indelicato. Toby looks to runners back. Now he deals. Swung on and missed. Huge hack there by Indelicato. He's upset with himself with that one. Big strikeout there. His third of the day for Chris Tobia. Now runners will remain at the corners for Ryan Willevere.
Yeah, that's a big punchy right there for Tovia. Really punches Lawrence's lineup right now in the throat, it feels like. Runners on the corners and 1 out. There's a potential double play possibility to get out of this inning now.
So Willevere steps in. Batting from the left-hand side. He laces one in the air to the shortstop. Garrow's up with it. Throw to second in time, and they will not have a double play. Force out at second base to retire in Calzadilla on the force out. Rivera does come in to score, though. So it's 1-0 Lawrence. RBI fielder's choice by Ryan Willevere.
Well, there you go. That's a way to get a run in any which way. It doesn't always have to be the hit, and you just got to put the ball in play.
So 1-0 Cardinals. They strike first today in this Colonial Valley Conference matchup. Hunter Rivera steps in looking to continue this inning. Tobias sets. That pitch is taken upstairs, 1-0. And it seems like Tobias' command has just gone a little bit off here.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's been missing with a lot of balls. And you're going to be wondering, can Lawrence provide more than just 1 run? It's a great start, but you're obviously going to want more than that.
So 1 run home, 2 away in the inning. Willevere stands at first base. Toby has his sign. Runner's not going, and that pitch is in the dirt. 2-0 now. To Hunter Rivera.
And the Padres just recently lost and split the series 2-2. As
what happened, Dom?
It's always the batters that hit 190 and below, and Jackie Bradley Jr. don't really know his average, but he gets a nice single. And,
JBJ, game winner?
Bottom 10. Extras. The extra inning rule at its finest.
So Dom's a little heated, then Hunter Rivera takes 2-0 down, so it's 3-0.
But you know what? None of that negative energy is going to be coming here, as I will just wipe it off. We have to play the Houston Asterix next, so that should be a lot of fun. Hey, my team sits at 31-19. It's great. 32-19 even possibly.
Better than my Mets, but they might be able to pull off a doubleheader sweep today.
Of course.
Wilvere's running. Throw is taken in there for a strike. Now there's a throw down the second. It will not be in time. It's a stolen base for Ryan Willevere. Second of the game for the Cardinals. And now with a runner in scoring position, they will automatically intentionally walk Hunter Rivera, I believe.
Yes, that was Hunter Rivera, and good bat stealing by Ryan Willevere. You're going to have to call the cops on that one because that was an absolute robbery.
So with the runners on first and second, that'll bring up Ben Paulak, the cleanup batter. Tobias sets and deals, and that pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Paulak's 0 for 1 in the game. He lined out to the shortstop. Garrow back in the second inning. Paulak does have himself some RBIs on the year, looking to add to it. 8 total for Ben. Tobia looks at the runner back at second. Leg kick up and deals. Sweeping curveballs chopped to the left-hand side, but that will go out of play. 1-1. Pollack, who we usually find patrolling left field, he found himself on the mound in the loss against Robbinsville. Came in relief for the starter, who was not able to retire an out for the Cardinals, and pitched 7 innings. Tobia eyes Calzadilla at second. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Pollack, so it's 1-2.
That was a big swing by Pollack. Really wanted to bring both runners home in that case.
Rivera at first, Willivier at second. 1-0 Cardinals here. They were to put a run across here in this third inning. Looking for some more offense. It'll be a 1-2 to Ben Pollack. Tobia kicks and deals. That pitch is in there, strike 3 called. Pollack not sure about that one. Nonetheless, though, it's the 4th strikeout of the day for Chris Tobia. Cardinals get a run across, though. It's 1-0. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Top of the 4th inning here in Lawrenceville. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Lawrence Cardinals were able to put a run across in the bottom of that 3rd inning, and Alex Pascal will return to the mound here in the 4th. The starter making his 7th start on the year for the Cardinals, his final home game start in his Lawrence Cardinals career. And with a 1-0 lead, he'll look to continue the success he's found in the first 3 innings of this game, only allowing 1 hit, hasn't allowed a run yet, and has stranded 4 on base, but seemingly his Achilles heel today has been the walks.
Yeah, no, that's not good. But luckily, those haven't harmed him. Let's hope that doesn't harm him today, because the Cardinals do have a 1-0 lead. No runs have come across the score against Pascal so far today.
It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Bulldogs here in this inning, and that will be Michael Boyer, Jason Shin, and Lucas Henderson due up. As Pascal, glove in front of his face, kicks and deals. Fouled off behind home plate is the first pitch from Michael Boyer, and it's 0-1. Tom, I wanted to discuss something with you. You know, as much as we've seen this offensive team for Lawrence be pretty productive, you know, a little bit concerning today is the fact that they've only had 1 hit through 3 innings. They have scored a run. As the beautiful curveball drops just low. I thought he was going to get the call on that one, but it's 1-1 to Boyer. Only 1 hit so far for the Cardinals. They only had 5 in their game against Robbinsville. Was only able to put 3 runs across. You know, what do you think that could be reflective of?
Yeah, after this pitch.
1-1 pitch is taken just upstairs, so it's 2-1.
A lot of walks, anything like that to get on base, hit by pitches. You know, the hits aren't just doing it, and that's not what you want. You're going to want to have to try and drive guys in one way or another, but having that too much small ball presence can hurt you.
2-1 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so it's 2-2. And I guess we'll see if the hits can continue today. Obviously, Chris Tobia, the starter for Hopewell, is very much one of the best they have. They do allow, though, usually 10.3 hits per 9 innings. Now, high school games are only 7. But you see that the Hopewell, this pitching rotation does give up a lot of hits. We'll have to see further in the game if the Cardinals can open their offense up. That pitch is lined just past the diving shortstop Javi Casadilla in the left field for a base hit. There's the second hit of the game for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. And Michael Boyer is aboard to lead off the 4th inning.
Well, Boyer looking like he wants to catch the rainbow, taste the rainbow, because that was a beauty of a softly hit arc. You know, Casadilla really made trying a good attempt to catch that ball, but he could not, and now the Bulldogs can be doing something with a runner at first.
Well, with the tying run aboard here with no one out in the 4th, that'll bring up Jason Shin, the left fielder. Shin batting from the right-hand side. He wears number 5. Infield up the middle and double play depth. He shows bunt, but pulls it back, and that's a ball. 1-0. Shin grounded out to the shortstop, Javi Casadilla, back in the 1st.
I'm loving the Bulldogs uniforms. I'm going to have to say that right now. I don't know what you've been repping, Ethan, back in the past, but I love them a lot.
1-0 pitch is taken down and away, so it's 2-0. As I said, I was not on the baseball team, Dom. Sorry to disappoint.
Watch, I look up your stats. You're batting like 887.
No.
087?
That might have been a little better. 2-0 pitches lift in the air to right center field. Over on it and has a beat on it is Hunter Rivera, and he makes the one-handed grab. He'll throw it back into the infield quickly as Boyer retreats back to first. Now there's one away here in the fourth. And that'll bring up Lucas Henderson. So in steps the Hopewell third baseman, 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out looking back in the second. And now it seems more common than not the Hopewell Valley, I can't believe we're making a note of this, but the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs team all have high socks on.
Oh, wow, that's a really good catch. I would love to wear those.
Should have gone to Hopewell. First pitch to Henderson's in there for a strike, 0-1.
They look like the New Orleans Saints with all that.
Oh, yeah. They do
Sort
remind me
of.
the Saints a little
You get
bit.
what you feel me? And I didn't grow up in that area, so I wouldn't be able to go to the high school. So I'm sorry.
I know. I think we would have been good friends in high school.
I think so too. But you know what? It doesn't hurt us
Runners
now.
going. Pitch is taken down. Here's the throw by Moore to second. It will not be in time. Really close play at the bag. But it's a stolen base by Michael Boyer. First of the game for the Bulldogs. And now with one away in the inning, that tying run is now in scoring position.
That was a really close of a play. I thought Kellen Moore had him. Casadilla made a nice pick and was just probably a split hair too late on that one. Very close.
Pascal looking to strand. Yet another runner in scoring position. Boyer leads from second. 1-0 Cardinals lead. We're on the top of the fourth. One out in the inning, and here's the 1-1 pitch to Henderson. And that ball's hit in the air to left field. On it is Calzadilla, but it'll be calling over is Ben Pollack. He raises it and he drops the ball. Ben Pollack drops the ball. Here's a throwback to first, though, and Robert Kelly tags him out. What a sequence of events there. Ben Pollack dropped the ball in left field. He threw the ball quickly back into the infield as by the time that Henderson realized that he was aboard safely with what would have easily been an error, Pollack lobbed that one back to first baseman Robert Kelly, and he applied the tag for the out. Really lucky break there.
I mean,
for the
seriously,
Cardinals.
we don't see that every day, Ethan. Thank goodness you stood up because you saw that with your naked eye. I took me a minute to register what really kind of happened.
First pitch to Jeff Petrozzini is swung on a miss, so it's 0-1. And I believe that putout is going to be a 7-3 putout.
Of course.
Very rare putout, but that might be the most random play I put in my scorebook. But it's an
Yeah.
out for the Cardinals. And 2 away in the inning. Pascal looking to strand that yet another runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Works out of the stretch. Drops a curveball in there for a strike. 0-2. Beautiful pitch by Alex Pascal. And it's 0-2 on Petrozzini.
Wow, I cannot believe that just happened. So would you mark that as an error with an out, like an assist?
No, because the batter was out.
Batter was out, yeah.
He never reached
That's
safely.
right.
Here's the 0-2. Sweeping slider just misses outside the plate, so it's 0-2. 1-2. Petrozzini grounded out to the first baseman Robert Kelly. 3 unassisted back in the second. Petrozzini wearing number 23. Tall right-hander.
Hey, make sure you hold him.
Boyer stands at second. He's the tying run. Held on by Rivera. Pascal looks him back. Quick pitch. That ball's laced on the ground on the right-hand side. Past the diving Robert Kelly and into right field. Boyer will round third. He's going to come in easily as the ball's bobbled in right field by J.T. Gordon. Finally gets the ball back into the infield. But that'll be a stand-up double by Jeff Petrozzini, and this game is tied at 1.
Ooh, that stings just a little bit right there. Pascal almost got out of this inning with no harm and a really nice play to recover from that mishap in Pollack. And a tied game at 1-1, getting past the diving Robert Kelly. You hate to see that because that was good effort all around from those players.
So some offensive contributions by the bottom of this Hopewell lineup, and that brings up Jaden Shin. And that ball gets away from Kellen Moore, and going down to third base and standing at third on the wild pitch will be Jeff Petrozzini. So now the lead run is at third base. Still 2 outs in the inning, though, and now you got to get out of this jam.
Yeah, 100%. And with Shin being a switch hitter, you're going to want to fear. You don't really know where he's better from, the right side or the left side.
Shin's 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to the second baseman Riley Rivera to end the second. Pascal looking to retire him for a more importantly third out here in the fourth. 1-0 pitch is taken inside, 2-0. Shin steps back in, taps home plate. Pascal quickly working here. Out of the full motion, sets and deals, and that pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1 now. And it seems like Pascal, when he wants to, work efficiently, maybe a little bit frustrated, he does work very quickly. Here he goes again, sets at the chest, full motion, kicks and deals, and that ball's hit on the ground to second baseman Riley Rivera. He's up with it, to his right, makes the throw to Robert Kelly in time to retire the side. 1 run comes home, though, to tie the game, so we're tied at 1. 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're tied at 1 here. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Cardinals put up 1 run in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but Hopewell matched it in the top of the 4th to tie this game at 1. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, Hopewell Valley starter Chris Tobia remains on the mound. And it's been somewhat of a pitcher's duel today, Dom.
It really has. You really wish that they got some run support, unlike what the New York Mets do for Jacob deGrom. And I can't. In a way, yeah, it's a great ball game at 1-1, but you got to see the Lawrence bats, like we said earlier. They got to get some hitting distributed around. I'm sorry, Ethan.
It's all good, man. Listen, the Mets are winning right now, so I'll take that.
4-1.
Dom and I also giving you Lawrence Cardinals broadcasts, but also your MLB score updates.
Yeah. Phillies won today, 3-2 on the Marlins.
And as Robert Kelly steps in, it swings at the first pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. We want to remind you that which Cardinal will be the most valuable player of the game? Well, we're not sure yet, but listen for the 107.7 The Bronx MVP of the game immediately following today's action during the Lawrence High School baseball post-game show. As Kelly grounds one on the ground to the third baseman, Henderson, he's up with it, and the throw to first is in time for the putout. Tune into the Lawrence High School baseball post-game show exclusively on the all-new 107.7 The Bronx Retro. For the final time today, we will name someone as the Lawrence MVP of the game.
You see, Ethan, I didn't bring my tissues with me because you really want me to cry right now. Final time. Oh, my goodness.
Well, in steps Kellen Moore, the catcher. Tobia kicks and deals, and that pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
I wonder what the umpire's looking at, but look low to me.
Kellen is one of the 4 strikeout victims of Tobia today. He was the first back in the 2nd inning. Tobia kicks and deals. That pitch just missed low, so it's 1-1. Kellen presented himself this year as a wonderful starting catcher for this varsity squad. I'm sure for the next few years to come, they'll be excited to have him on the team. 1-1 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so it's 1-2. And Moore's in danger of striking out for the 2nd time today. Tobia sets at the chest. He's got the sign from Boyer, kicks and deals. That ball's hit on the ground to the left-hand side. Third baseman Henderson's up with it again, but that ball will go foul. So the count will remain now 1-2.
That was just foul, but Henderson being there in the hot corner, I actually think if that was a fair ball, he could have possibly had Kellen Moore on that. Ball's faster than we think. Faster than I think.
Dom and I were doing a little pregame. Well, if you tune into the television broadcast of these games, which is, I guess, provided by the Lawrence High School TV network, as I will make my note after the 1-2 pitch to Kellen Moore. Here it is. The ball's upstairs, 2-2. Dom and I went out in the field and they recorded a little, I guess, post-game because they tie our audio to the game. So if you're watching this, you'll see it after this game. But we couldn't believe how far third base really is from first when you're really standing out there. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed by Moore. 5th strikeout of the day for Chris Tobia. And there's 2-away here in the 4th.
Yeah, we had a great conversation, and I told Ethan, I asked him, can you make a throw from third to first like it's a routine play? He said no, with so much confidence, and guess what I said? Of course I said, yeah, I can. I've done it before. It's fun. It's not as bad as you think, Ethan.
Dom Machado over at the hot corner.
Stop.
JT Gordon rips one in the air to center field. Left fielder coming over Shin, and he makes the one-handed catch for the out. 3 up and 3 down for the Cardinals in the fourth, as Jake Toby has through 4 innings, only allowing 1 run run. Right at the top of the 5th inning, it's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Cardinals starting pitcher Alex Pascal returns to the mound as we begin the top of the 5th inning here in Lawrenceville. We're tied at 1. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, and in somewhat has what has been a pitcher's duel today. We are tied at 1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Alex Pascal stands at 71 pitches. He usually sits around 90 for a game. And we'll see Drew Vindelicato actually just run out to the bullpen now, maybe starting to warm up. It was indicated before this game that Drew would be pitching in relief today. We'll see if Pascal can get through this 5th inning though. He'll face 1, 2, and 3 yet again for the Cardinals.
And Pascal has not done that bad. Yes, he's let a lot of runners on base, but really at a 1-1 ball game, you got to be quite impressed.
So for the 3rd time today, Dylan Inge stands in. Center fielder's 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in the 1st and walked and reached second base in the 3rd. And the first pitch to him is taken outside, 1-0. Alex Pascal, as we said, the narrative has been made an incredibly positive midseason change. First 3 games, 11 ERA. These last 3, 3.55, leaving him with a total of 6.05 in the year, which is very respectable when you take an instance that the team average ERA, is 6.4. It'll be a 2-0 here to Inge, and that pitch is in the first strike, 2-1. Just caught the outside corner. Pascal, 19 strikeouts on the year. With 2 today, that'll be 21. 2-1 pitches in their first strike, so it's 2-2. Looking to get 22.
A lot of 2s in there, Ethan.
Now, come on. That's been a strike for 3 innings.
Pascal sets, here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's adjustments is upstairs, so it's 3-2. Pascal sets at the chest. Leg kick, here's a 3-2 pitch. That ball's hit in the air to left center field. Over on is Ben Pollock. He has a beat on it though, and makes a 2-handed catch in between left field and center field for the putout. 1 away here in the 5th.
There we go right there. That ball is getting hit and blasted hard, but not really finding much airtime. And a lot of the outfielders for both teams are getting a lot of action today.
So that'll bring up Jake Lengel. The right fielder's 0 for 2 on the day. He flew out and grounded out. Pascal sets at the full motion. Curveball drops in there for a strike, so it's 0-1. And if Pascal can get through 5 effectively here, I think that's all Coach Schefter would want from him. But we'll see. He feels good. He feels good. Glove in front of the face. Long leg kick and deals, and that ball's in the dirt. 1-1. The Hopewell Valley Bulldogs facing the Cardinals for the first time this year. First time since 2019. No high school season last year due to COVID-19. Lengel shows bunt, but he couldn't pull. He pulls it back in time, so it's 2-1. Split the season series in 2019. And this year, the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs come in fresh off a Colonial Valley Conference tournament victory. Stunned Steiner on the road to win the county championship. 2-1 pitches in there for a strike, 2-2. Pascal really working well here in this 5th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. The ball's popped foul to the right-hand side out of play, so the count remained at 2-2. In that tournament, Hopewell went on the road and won at Notre Dame, at Allentown, at Steiner. Major powerhouse schools, not only in this conference, but in the state. And what's incredible about that run as well, as it'll be a 2-2 pitch to Lengel first. That ball's in the dirt, 3-2. Another full count offering is that the week before, Dom, that Hopewell beat Allentown in the, to go to the championship game, they lost to Allentown 8-0. Went into Allentown the week later, they won 3-1. That ball's laced on the ground up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Right to the right of the second-hand bag and into center field. Hunter Rivera retrieves it, but it's a 1-out single for Jake Lengel, his first hit of the day. Go-ahead runners aboard here with 1 out in the 5th.
You know, that just shows you not every match-up outcome is the same, and that goes for any sport. I can't stand when it comes playoff time for baseball, football, anything like that, and people just ultimately say to me, "Oh, well, this team, Team A, won 2 out of 3 in the regular season. They're gonna win in the postseason." It's not like that. Every game's different.
Pascal working out of the stretch. He delivers the ball upstairs and away to Paul Myers, the second baseman. So it's 1-0. And Dom, kind of with that, as Lawrence prepares to take on Colts Neck, the #1 seed in the group, next Tuesday. On the road, who knows what could happen?
Yeah.
That state group final game is set for Tuesday in Colts Neck. 1-0 pitch is taken upstairs, 2-0. Kellen Moore jumped out behind the plate and threw back to first, but Lingo returns. We're in the top of the 5th inning. We're tied at 1. Cardinals looking to improve to 9-11 on the year, their first 9-win season in 6 years. Pascal delivers a pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. Got the low call on Myers, so it's 2-1.
He's been getting that a lot lately, those fastballs low in the zone.
And I believe that we've had a warning issued by the home plate umpire, as head coach for Hopewell Valley, Ken Harrison, really letting the umpire know he doesn't like the calls. It'll be a 2-1 pitch from Pascal, and that ball's laced in the air to right field. Robert Kelly gives it a look, but it'll go foul.
That's interesting. We were just talking about the questionable calls maybe from the home plate umpire, and someone finally had their voice and showed frustration.
We're tied at 1. Top of the 5th inning. Runner on first, 1 out in the inning. It'll be a 2-2 count to Paul Myers. Here it is. That pitch just misses upstairs. 3-2. Third straight full count offering by Pascal.
Run, strike him out, throw him out. Stop the feet.
3-2 pitch is chopped on the ground to the left-hand side. Javi Calzadilla, the shortstop's up with it to his left. He misses the ball, and everybody will be safe. Well, Calzadilla came in, might have been thinking about the throw before he actually had the ball in his hands. So with an E6, runners at first and second now for Hopewell.
Yeah, chalk that up as an E6 for sure, and I think you mentioned it perfectly. He was thinking already about the throw. Would have been a tough play at first, would have not been going to be able to get the out at second with that slow roller, and runners at first and second, and the Bulldogs could be rolling their way for the first lead of the ball game.
We're going to get a pitching change here as Drew Vindelicato coming to pitch in relief here for the Cardinals. 4 1/3 strong innings for Alex Pascal today. He'll leave the game tied at 1. We'll take a quick break. Pitching change here for Lawrence. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We are tied at 1 at the top of the 5th inning as we return. As Drew Vindelicato takes him out, pitching in relief here for the Cardinals. He's just finishing his warm-up tosses. And he has his work cut out for him. Runners at first and second after a flyout, a single, and then an error by Javi Calzadilla, the shortstop, has put runners at first and second to go-ahead run for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, as Alex Pascal's day is done. 88 pitches, 4 1/3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. He seemed to get himself out of some jams, only allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run. What do you think of his outing today, Dom?
Yeah, you know what? For Pascal, he had a lot of full counts, walked a couple of batters, really wasn't as dominant as we saw early on in the game when it came to getting those quick, reliable outs. But you know what? I'll have to say, I'm very impressed. Really, this is now in Delicato's hands, despite those runners being charged possibly if they score to Pascal. Only allowing 1 run is very impressive for what he gave up when it came to initiating a lot of men on base.
Well, it'll be Cole Garrow due up here for the Bulldogs. Garrow's their shortstop and their cleanup hitter, maybe most importantly. Vindelicato dabs up Kellen Moore's catcher, and Kellen will return, trying to accomplish this task at hand, leave this game tied.
You know, Ethan, I'm going to be real. I'm not a fan when there's runners at any kind of position, you know, left by the first pitcher, and when a reliever comes in, I think those runners that score that earned run should be charged to the actual reliever, not the starter that initiated it in the first place.
Interesting. Well, the first pitch to Cole Garrow was lifted in the air, fouled on the right-hand line, so good start for Vindelicato. It's strike 1. Garrow's 0 for 1 on the day. He did walk and reach second base, but was stranded there in the first. Pull out to the right fielder, JT Gordon, to end the third inning. Dom, that's interesting because isn't there a stat about inherent runners?
I think there is. It's more
Like runners
specific.
inherited. So
Yes.
it's like if you come in with the bases loaded and you strand them, that's 3 runners that you left. Like that is a stat.
Yeah, it's because sometimes we just look too much at ERA.
And Delicado deals to Garrow, and that pitch, double steal attempt, but that pitch will go to the backstop. Kellen Moore gets to it now. An effective call by head coach Ken Harrison. And now there's runners at second and third with 1 out in the inning.
This is going to be a tough jam right now for Delicado to get out of unscathed.
There's no doubt, though, if Indelicado's up to the challenge. Self-described as the ace of this team leader, looking to have himself a big moment here at home before returning next year as a senior. Garrow shows bunt, and that ball will be issued as a strike.
Yeah, dead ball.
And it was a bunt attempt by Garrow, but the runner's about to go back now, so it's 1-2. Big break there for the Cardinals. We're in the top of the 5th inning, tied at 1. Still only 1 out of the inning. Runners at second and third. Infield in for the Cardinals. Trying to keep this game tied. And Delicado's got a 1-2 count on Cole Garrow. Right-hander batter running number 3. Steps in, right foot in, left foot in. Taps home plate slightly with his bat. And Delicado looks into Kellen Moore. Now steps off. Quickly steps right back on. Sets at the belt. And deals. Swung on and missed. The ball gets away by Kellen Moore, though. Here comes... Lengel will come in to score, though, on the wild pitch. Drop third strike by Kellen Moore. And just like that, Hopewell has the lead.
That just flashed me back to John Means' almost perfect game. That was a tough one right there. You had it. Batter swung. Everything like that would have been 2 down. And that's just a free, really nice run for the Bulldogs to go up and have their first lead of the game. That one is going to really sting.
So Lengel scores on the drop third strike. Runners at the corners now, as Delicado will just try to leave this game where it is. 2-1 now, Bulldogs lead. Still only 1 on the inning. Cardinals up the middle with double play depth. And how clutch would a double play be? It's in the hands of Michael Boyer, the catcher. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Throw down to second as the runners are going. It's a double steal attempt. And Myers will come in and score from third. Beautiful call by head coach Ken Harrison of the Bulldogs. And now it's 3-1, Hopewell Valley.
Yeah, the Padres did that the other day, a double steal attempt after the catcher threw over to second in Kellen Moore. And runner at third, you're going to say, hey, let me try and gun it, and he was safe by a mile.
Brilliant play calling by the Bulldogs. Now runner stands at second base. And the 0-1 pitch to Boyer is taken down and low, so it's 2-0.
That just took my mood away a little bit. Gotta be honest with you.
2 runs home in the inning. And seemingly those earned runs will be charged to Pascal.
Yeah. Not a fan of that rule, man.
As Delicado deals a nice changeup in there for a strike, so it's 2-1. A flyout, a single, an error, a wild pitch, a drop third strike, and a double steal. He's gotten 2 runs home, and the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs with a 3-1 lead. Still only 1 on the inning. It'll be a 1-2 though. And that pitch is upstairs. Runners going down third in the third, and that is not in time. Aggressive base running by the Bulldogs here in this inning. And yet another runner now stands at third base.
Yeah, and it seems that Moore is just getting frustrated. It's tough to do that. These catchers make it look easy when it comes to throwing out runners, and sometimes they can just get the best of you.
Delicado deals a pitch upstairs, 3-2. Infield back in now, trying to keep this game preserved at 3-1. It'll be a 3-2 full count delivery from Delicado. He sets at the bell and deals. Fouled off behind home plate. Big hack there by Boyer. Just a little late on it, and it's 3-2. And Delicado looks in at Kellen Moore. He has a sign. It'll be a full count offering. Here it is. And that ball's in the dirt, ball 4. Ball bounced right in front of home plate. First walk issued by Drew Delicato, as now he has 2 runners that are his own responsibility that stand at first and third. And with runners at the corners, that'll bring up Jason Shin, the left fielder.
Yeah, you're going to want to stop the bleeding as of now. There's already been some hiccups that really put you down 2 and have a 3-1 lead given right there to the Bulldogs. But it really shouldn't have been, honestly. So right now, you're going to want to stop the bleeding and really just get out of this with being down 2 and trying to work your way up from there. Not much time left.
So Jason Shin stands in. Left fielder batting from the right-hand side. Runners at the corner, still only 1 out in the inning. The first pitch to him, and Shin shows bunt, but he pulls it back in time. That's 1-0. And after showing bunt, the Cardinals will bring the third baseman Williver in from third base. Robert Kelly holds Boyer on at first. Up the middle, the infield is at double play depth. Outfield shifted slightly to the left with the right-handed batter on. Runner's going from first, and the bunt is back to Inlet and Delicato. He'll only have 1 play to first base, and the throw is in time to Robert Kelly at first. Attempted squeeze attempt is snuffed out by Indelicato and the Cardinals. Runner advances to second base, though. But with the 1-3 put out, there's runners at second and third, but with 2 outs now in the inning.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a nice one with 2 down. The runner at third does not score. So, being 3-1, focus on the batter here.
So with a chance to break this game open is Lucas Henderson, the third baseman. Steps in batting from the right-hand side. He's 0 for 2 in the game today. Delicato deals fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Last time Henderson was up, he had the rare 7-3 put out. Then Pollock dropped a fly ball in the outfield, threw it back into the first baseman Robert Kelly. As Henderson tried to retreat to first base, tagged him. You see something new every day, especially in baseball, Don.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 0-1. Went back to the fastball, but just missed low, so it's 1-1.
You know, I remember reading a stat a long time ago. How many possible plays are there in a game of baseball? Like 11,000? As weird as it is.
Seems likely.
Yeah.
Infield back with 2 outs in the inning. Nita out here. Here's the 2-1. 1-1 pitches in there for a strike, 1-2. Beautiful sweeping curveball. Perfect time for what would be the second strikeout of the inning. Hopefully it's not dropped, though.
Yeah. Good, really good way to put that out.
Runners at second and third. 2 runs home in the inning. 3-1 Hopewell lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just outside with the fastball. 2-2 now. So Lucas Henderson. Harrison steps out, checks the swing, gets the sign from his head coach Ken Harrison. Now he steps back in. Then Delicato looks in at Kellen Moore's catcher. He's got the sign. Sets at the belt. Working on the stretch. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Kellen Moore tags Henderson to secure the strikeout. In the inning, though, 2 runs on only 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. We're through the top of the 5th inning here in Lawrence. We head to the bottom half. 3-1 Hopewell. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Lawrenceville. It's a 3-1 Hopewell lead. They put up 2 runs in the top of this 5th inning here against Alex Pascal, the starter, who was great through 4 1/3. Drew Delicato was efficient in the top of the 5th inning, but ran into some defensive trouble. Nonetheless, though, Lawrence will look to come back yet again. We've seen them do it somewhat often this season. Trying to do it one more time here at home.
Yeah, it could be interesting, but you got to get runners on the base paths, and that is going to be key. You got to bring them around. We really have not seen that from both teams today, but especially from the Cardinals. Really, nothing has been a spark for their offense just yet.
Hopewell starter Chris Tobey is still in this game. Right-hander's been pitching very well today. Only allowed 1 run, 1 hit for Lawrence. And Riley Rivera leads it off for the Cardinals, and he takes a ball upstairs, 1-0. Riley does trying to do what he does best: get on base and steal. Walked in the 3rd, stole base, and is the only run home for Lawrence in this game. 1-0 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so it's a 1-1. Coming in this game, Riley's batting .230 on the year, 9 for 39. Taps home plate, and there'll be a 1-1 from Tobia. Leg kick up and deals. Sweeping curveball, drops low, and it's 2-1. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Cardinals. Tobia sets. And that pitch is upstairs, so it's 3-1.
All right, all right.
What a time for a leadoff walk this would be.
Oh, yeah.
Tobia sets, kicks and deals. Fouled off behind home plate, 3-2, full count offering. Only the second Cardinal in this game to run the count full. It was Ryan Willevere who ran a full back in the first inning. He grounded out in that at-bat. We'll see what Riley does here. Tobia sets and deals. That ball's hit back up the middle to the shortstop, Garrow. Long throw to first is in time. Nice play by Garrow in the 6th hole. And there's 1 up and 1 down here for the Cardinals in the 5th.
That was a ripper. That was a laser, if you want to call it, by Riley Rivera. But sadly, the shortstop was able to make a really nice play on that in Garrow. Just a tremendous defensive play to get the out.
Well, with 1 away, that'll bring up Javi Calzadilla, the 9th-hole batter for the Cardinals, and he takes the ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Javi's 1 for 1 on the day. He singled back in the 3rd. Was retired on the fielder's choice RBI hit by Ryan Willevere. He takes an 0-1 low, so it's 1-1. Switch hitter batting from the right-hand side. To near Tobia's right-handed prowess. And that pitch is taken low, 2-1. Tobia sets up the belt. 3-1 Hopewell lead. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Sweeping curveball, swung on a miss. Big hack by Calzadilla, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I think Calzadilla swung a ball 3 on that one.
Javi steps back in. Checks his swing. He's ready. So is Tobia, and here's the 2-2. That pitch is taken outside, 3-2. 2 straight full counts dealt by Chris Tobia. As the big right-hander steps behind the mound, takes a minute for himself. Now steps up on the rubber. Takes a deep breath. He has his sign. Kicks and deals. Might have swung at ball 4, and it's back to the pitcher, Tobia. He's up with it to his right. Overhand first to Shin is in time. 2 away.
Whew, nice play right there. Oh my goodness. Out. The pitchers are athletes too. Tobia proving what he's got for the second out of this one in his Vanderbilt type uniform. I finally got it. I was like thinking really hard to compare it to some kind of team. Doesn't always have to be majors. And boom, the Vanderbilt.
That's really, you're right though.
Spot on. I didn't know you went to Vanderbilt, Ethan. Come on now. Gosh, you definitely played baseball if you went to Vanderbilt.
Drew Delicato takes the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Tobia working quickly here with 2 outs in the 5th. He's ready. Kicks and deals. That ball's hit on the ground. Right at the plate, foul. So now it's 1-1. And Delicato probably trying to make up for himself a little bit. There was 2 runners aboard when he struck out for the first out of the 3rd inning. Was visually frustrated with himself. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Coming in this game, batting just below 240, 11 for 46 on the year. Here's the 1-1 from Tobia, and that ball is laced in the air to left center field, and that ball is going to get down over the head of the left fielder Shin, so that will be a ground rule double for Drew Delicato with 2 outs here. A much needed run. It stands in scoring position for Ryan Willevere.
Yeah, that was the hardest hit ball definitely today, and that was actually fair, thankfully. So that really nice double, ground rule double from Delicato could come really in hand, trying to cut the deficit or even tie the game.
So with Delicato pitching on the mound, we're going to get a pinch runner, and it's no one else than the pinch running extraordinaire Daniel Drozga. He wears number 15. Now he stands at second base. And that ball's hit in the air to right field, and that's going to get down for an extra base hit. Drozga will round third and score easily. Willevere will take a big turn at first, but he'll stop there. It's an RBI two-out single for Ryan Willevere. And just like that, it's a one-run ball game.
Well, Willevere going with the pitch, having the ball come to him rather than trying to do anything too aggressive, and is able to rope that ball into a nice part of right field, finding grass and getting Drozga home to cut the lead down to 1. So this is a really big one, and guess who's up, Ethan?
Hunter Rivera,
Yeah,
the MVP of this team, arguably. So now with Willevere first, he also stole a base, so you got to keep an eye on him. Not going, and the first pitch is upstairs to Hunter Rivera. Not sure who else you want to have up in this situation besides Hunter.
And I'd be shocked if Willevere actually did not steal a bag going into this.
So Willevere stands at first. He has both RBIs for this team today. Willevere's running. Rivera takes upstairs. Here's the throw out in a second, and that is not in time. Second stolen base of the game for Ryan Willevere. And just like that, the tying run is in scoring position for the Cardinals.
Gosh, they just read my mind. It's not even just in the sequence. It's after the sentence I say it, they decide to do it.
Dom, can I get tomorrow's lottery numbers as well, or?
Oh, you're right, Ethan. I'm sorry if we do this in the future broadcasting. I might be coaching the Lawrence High School team because if I'm at first base or something, man.
Well, for the second
runners.
straight at bat in a row, the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs will elect to intentionally walk Hunter Rivera. Same sequence of events that we saw in the third inning. Ryan Willevere gets on, steals second base. Hunter Rivera is at home, and they decide to intentionally walk him. Just happens again, and now Ben Paulak stands in. And hopefully he can show the Bulldogs that they made the wrong decision. He bats from the right-hand side. Huge opportunity here for Ben. Tobias sets and deals, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Paulak is 0 for 2 on the day. He lined out to the shortstop in the second. Struck out looking in the third, looking to redeem himself out of the cleanup spot. 3-2, Hopewell Valley leads over Lawrence. There's 2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and now a pickoff move, but no throw behind the mound by Tobia. Lawrence Cardinals playing their final home game of this year. They have a date with Colts Neck next Tuesday. First round of the New Jersey State Group 3 Central Tournament. 16 seed playing the 1 seed. A 1 pitch is taken upstairs. 1-1 now to Paulak. And Ben seemingly likes to see a lot of pitches. And between his first 2 at-bats, he's seen a total of 9. 2 so far in this at-bat. And he's going to get a 1-1 pitch here with 2 outs in the 5th. Tying run in scoring position. He fouls that one off behind home plate. 1-2. Big hack there in the upper part of the zone by Paulak. But now Tobia 1 strike away from getting out of this inning.
And this could be a big one, but hopefully, like you said, Paulak can make the Bulldogs pay with a nice game-tying or game-leading hit going into this at-bat.
Tobia looks in, now checks the runner at second. It'll be a 1-2 pitch to Paulak. Tobia from the stretch kicks and deals, and that ball's in the dirt. And Willevere is going to cut down to third, and he's going to be safe. No throw by the catcher Boyer. And now the tying run is at third base.
Nice play, I understand. Scoring position is technically second, but Willevere, yeah, he has a couple stolen bags today, but you would love to be 90 feet away.
Well, now that run could score on an infield hit or, even a potentially wild pitch. And now catcher Boyer is going to come out and make a quick word to his pitcher and to his defense, maybe a realignment here.
Of course, make sure their signs are all together. There's no cross-ups. Get out of this inning.
Hopewell trying to keep this game right where it is. 1-run lead for them. So the infield is back with 2 outs in the inning. Rivera he's going to go, and now he's going to be stuck between first and second base. Second baseman drops the ball. They might be trying to do something here. Now throw back over to the first baseman, Rivera. Rivera will cut back over. And they're trying to tag Rivera. Now Rivera's going to be able to go, but not in time to get Willevere. Now Willevere's caught in a run down. Third baseman moves in on Willevere. He's very close to the plate. Now he's going to move back. Catcher Boyer has the ball. Now throw back over to third. Willevere is caught between first, third base, and home. Caught in a run down. Tobia has it. and now they tag him out between third and home. An attempted double steal ended up in a pretty chaotic mess for the Cardinals, as Rivera was able to elude the pickle and take second base, but as soon as Willivier cut to go to home, did not make the move fast enough, and he is retired in between third and home. Cardinals do get a run back though. Hopewell leads 3-2. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Hopewell Valley leads 3-2. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Welcome back to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Alongside Dom DeRosa, my name is Ethan Dewar. For the final time this year, we're bringing you live Lawrence Cardinals ball games here. As what a nice season we've had. We're hoping that Lawrence can come back and win this one. They're down 3-2 to the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs as we begin the top of the 6th inning. Drew Delicado returns to the mound for his second inning of relief work. Cardinals were threatening. They were able to get a run across there in the bottom of the 5th, but after a wacky, I don't know what else to call it, Dom. A wacky way to end the bottom of the 5th inning as Ryan Willivier was caught between third and home in a pickle, in a rundown. He was tagged out, and the Cardinals were left stranded with 2 runners aboard, including the tying run.
Yeah, that is nothing you want to see. For the Cardinals, Rivera was able to get out of that one and steal second towards the end, but with Willivier trying to fool the Bulldogs defense, it did not work out, and that really generally possibly killed the rally.
Well, it would be 8-9-1 due up for Hopewell Valley as Delicado deals a strike. So it's 0-1 to Jeff Petrozzini, the designated hitter. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He had a huge RBI double back in the 4th. That was still when the starter Alex Pascal was back in the game. A 1 pitch is swung on a miss. Went back to the slider, and it's 0-2. Drew Delicado looking to work quickly. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. 3-pitch strikeout. Gets Jeff Petrozzini. 3rd strikeout of the game for Drew Delicado. And only an inning and 2/3 of, now a full inning of work for Drew. And with 1 away in the inning, that'll bring up Jaden Shin.
And that's the way you want to start off. We didn't see Pascal do that much today, but Delicado starting this inning right.
First pitch is fouled off to the right-hand side, so it's 0-1. And Dom, I was just going to say, for Chris Tobia, maybe he is seemingly losing his command. He got, not roughed up incredibly. Cardinals base running were able to get him out of that jam, but maybe the Bulldogs are getting ready to go to a relief pitcher as we see someone warming up in the Hopewell bullpen.
Yeah.
A 1 pitch is bunted foul, so it's 0-2. I'm trying to make out what the number is on the
Oh,
bullpen.
good luck. Good luck. I could not tell you either. It's very difficult to see from here who it could possibly be.
Looks like a 3 in there, 13.
All right, never mind. Show off.
0-2 pitch is grounded up the middle, but Javi Castilla has it to his left. Throws in time to Robert Kelly in first. 6-3 on the putout, and there's 2 away here in the 6th.
There you go. That's a way to recover off from what Quesadilla did earlier in this game. 2 quick outs. Try and get out of this one. Just being down 1 run.
It seems like if number 13 is warming up for the Bulldogs, that is going to be Lucas Henderson. So I guess we'll see who's playing third base when we return. But now there's 2 away in the inning, and we head back to the top of the Hopewell order, and it's Dylan Inge. He takes a pitch in the dirt, 1-0. And a 1-2-3 inning for Delicado would be just what the doctor ordered for the Cardinals. Delicado working out of the full motion. He sets and deals. And that pitch is taken down low for a ball. 2-0. Dylan Inge, one of the better batters for this Hopewell team. He's coming into this game batting .346, 18 for 52 on the year. 10 runs, 8 RBIs. And he takes another pitch low, so it's 3-0. And as I just was going to say, he knows how to work some walks. 12 on the year. 3-0 pitch, taking all the way is in. Jensen their first strike, 3-1. Delicado looks into Kellen Moore's catcher. 2 away in here in the 6th. Lawrence trails by 1. And that pitch is in their first strike, 3-2.
And Delicado showing that aggressiveness. That's the only way they're going to get out of this inning right now.
Inge steps in, taps home plate. Back from the left-hand side. Here's the full count offering. And that ball's in the dirt, ball 4. Dylan Inge, the center fielder, works a 2-out walk for the Bulldogs. Trying to add some insurance runs, and tasked with that will be Jake Langle, the right fielder.
All right, well, top of the order, and Ings works a walk, so now we got to see what Langle can do. Hopefully, we can take the fire out right away into this at-bat.
Inge leads from first. Big lead, but he's not going, and he takes the ball. Langle takes the ball inside, 1-0. Langle's 1 for 3 on the day. Had a single and scored back in the 5th. Runner started going, but he doesn't, and he goes back to first base, and Langle takes the ball in their first strike, so it's 1-1. Dylan Inge leads from first. Big lead into Ocado. He's concerned, and he displays it as he throws over to Robert Kelly, but Inge dives back in. And Delicado looks in. Sets and deals, and that ball's hit on the ground to the left-hand side. Williver's up with it. Long throw over to first is in time for the 3rd out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Bulldogs. Cardinals looking to come back in their final home game of the year. They trail 3-2, hit in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Lawrenceville. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Alongside Dom DeRosa, my name is Ethan Dewar, bringing you the final home game and final broadcast of the year for us. Cardinals will go on to face Colts next Tuesday in the New Jersey Central Group 3 State Tournament Final. Going into the tournament as the 16th seed, they'll face the number 1 seed. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Hopewell after a 5-strong inning outing by Chris Tobia. It's Lucas Henderson, the 3rd baseman. And with that switch, we're going to have a new 3rd baseman, which I will have in just a moment. For the Cardinals, though, they try to come back in this game. They trail 3-2. We've seen them come back before. And now potentially with Tobia out, we'll see if this Cardinals offense can take advantage of a new pitcher.
Oh, yeah, it's been a pretty hectic game, a pitching duel for sure. So Toby has really been dealing as of so far today, and you're going to want to see if you can do any of that damage right now with a reliever.
First pitch to Ben Pollock is fouled off to the right-hand side, out of play. So it's 0-1. Pollock was up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning when the Cardinals were simultaneously caught in a rundown that ended the threat. They trail 3-2. Henderson deals, and that pitch is taken low, so it's 1-1. Pollock is 0 for 2 on the day, batting out of the 4-hole. Batting from the right-hand side. He gets ready for the 1-1 delivery by Henderson, and here it is. That pitch is low, 2-1. Cardinals bench trying to get some momentum going. A base runner here would really help that. Infield back with no one away in the inning. 3-2 Hopewell Valley lead. 2-1 pitch, that's in there for a strike. Must have caught the top end of the zone. That's 2-2. Pollock already has 1 strikeout in this game. He was caught looking to end the 3rd. Henderson has his sign in, the home plate umpire calls time. On a picturesque summer afternoon in Lawrenceville, we got ourselves a ball game. 2-2 pitch. And there's strike 3 called. Pollock strikes out looking for the 2nd time today. Got him with the fastball just at the top end of the zone, and there's 1 away here in the 6th.
Well, I can see why Henderson usually plays at 3rd base, because on the mound right now, he is throwing absolute gas. He can work at a gas station as of that moment, because he can fill up any of our cars.
So with 1 away, here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Remember, 7-inning build matchup today. Robert Kelly stands in, and he takes a ball down and away, 1-0. Kelly walked and grounded out in this game, so he's 0 for 1. Batting from the right-hand side. Freshman first baseman takes the 1-0 pitch, and that's downstairs and away, so it's 2-0. Henderson working out of the full motion. 2-0 pitch, and that ball's lifted in the air to center field. Multiple players are convening on it. It's the shortstop, Garrow, who makes the catch, and he drops the ball. Garrow had it. It dropped out of his glove. And on the E6 error, Robert Kelly is aboard as the tying run.
Well, take anything that you can get, and Kelly really put a good swing into that one. It was kind of in no man's land, I would say, but the shortstop did eventually make the error on that. But way to get a base runner on. Try and bring him around, tie this game, and just take that nice lead.
So we're going to get a pinch runner here as the tying run will be Dylan Elise. We've seen Dylan run a little bit before. So Elise will stand in for Robert Kelly. And tasked with keeping the inning going is Kellen Moore, the catcher. From one freshman to the other, Moore stands in from the right-hand side. Elise leads from first, not too wide. Henderson will work out of the stretch now for the first time today. Sets and deals. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Went right at him with the fastball. And right at the hands, it's in there for a strike, 0-1. Elise leads from first, and now throw over. It's not in time. 3-2 Hopewell Valley lead. Cardinals looking for some late inning heroics. First task is to tie this game. A one pitch is taken low, 1-1. Kellen Moore trying to avoid the sombrero.
Oh yeah.
He's already is 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts. He's got a 1-1 count here. Elise leads from first now, another throw over. Cardinals dugout loves when they throw over. Henderson sets, here's the 1-1, and that's upstairs, 2-1. Henderson frustrated with himself on that one, seemingly a little rattled here.
The Lawrence dugout is rattling me, for crying out loud.
Kellen Moore taps home plate hard with his bat. We'll have a 2-1 offering here. Now throw to first. Not in time. That's the third pickoff attempt now by Henderson. Elise leads from first. He's the tying run. One out in the inning. Here's the 2-1. Runner's going. Throw down to second base is not in time. It's a stolen base by Dylan Elise. And now all of a sudden the tying runner is in scoring position with one away.
Well, that's a good one. That's why you put in these pinch runners to steal and get in scoring position.
The pitch was in there for a strike, so Kellen Moore has a 2-2 count to him. Runner in scoring position now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Sweeping curveball, fouled off to the right-hand side, not a play. Big hack there by Kellen. He stays alive by just missing that curveball. And we'll do 2-2 again.
This is intense. We're standing up, E.
You gotta love it. Final home game of the year for Cardinals. Henderson sets and deals, and that pitch is in there. Strike 3 called. Kellen Moore frustrated by that one. Ball looked low, but where we are, we might not have the best angle on it. Second strikeout of the inning for Chase Henderson. And now in steps JT Gordon, perhaps with the biggest at-bat of the day for the Cardinals. 3-2 Hopewell Valley leads. Dylan Elise representing the tying run at second base. Running for Robert Kelly. First pitch of JT is upstairs and away for a ball, so it's 1-0. Gordon is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking back in the second. Flew out to the left fielder in the fourth. And Henderson sets and deals. And the 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Just got the edge of the zone with the changeup, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and Gordon didn't like that one. But for JT, you got to stay focused. You got to understand that the strike zone might be swollen up sometimes, once in a while.
Elise leads from second. Henderson slowing down the pace a little bit. Now a throw back to second, and they might have him. They do. Beautiful pickoff move by Chase Henderson to stun Dylan Elise at second and strand the tying run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, ahead of the 7th, Cardinals will try to keep this a 1-run game. It's Lawrence Baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
We head to the last inning of play here today as the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs lead the Lawrence Cardinals 3-2 as we head at the top of the 7th inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro. An intense game today as Dom DeRosa alongside me. My name's Ethan Dewar as we get ready for the last top of the half inning here as Drew Vendelicato will pitch his 3rd inning of relief work, trying to keep this game a 1-run game.
Yeah, of course, and Vendelicato has been doing well in this game. Honestly, all of the pitching has been doing excellent in this game. So if Vendelicato could not give the Bulldogs any insurance, that would be key for this one.
First pitch to the second baseman, Paul Myers, is taken up and away for a ball, so it's 1-0. Drew working quickly here. Sets and here's the 1-0. Fastball laced on the ground at the shortstop. Diving is Javi Casadilla. He's up with it. Throw to first base will not be in time, though. Beautiful stop by Javi Casadilla over at shortstop. Myers is too fast, though, cutting down to first base, and it'll be a leadoff single here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a really nice attempt right there by Casadilla, trying to look like Fernando Tatis Jr. You know I had to say it, at shortstop. So a really nice throw, and it was given to Robert Kelly, but just a snitch too late. And yeah, that was just a great attempt right there, despite not getting the out.
Well, with the leadoff runner aboard, that'll bring up the shortstop, Cole Garrow. And that ball's hit on the ground up the middle, and that's going to be into center field for a base hit. Myers will stop at second as that ball was hit pretty sharply. Rivera throws it back into the infield. Quickly, though, here, 2 runners aboard for the Bulldogs here in the 7th.
Yeah, and if you want insurance, that's a way to at least start the top of the 7th inning for the Bulldogs.
Vendelicato seemingly showing a little bit of frustration on the mound. Quick pitching a lot. Really rearing back on those fastballs. Might just be leaving him over the heart of the plate. But that'll bring up Michael Boyer, the catcher. Boyer's 1 for 1 on the day. He's also walked twice, scored a run and stole a base. First pitch is bunted foul behind home plate, so it's 0-1. Vendelicato takes a slow walk back, maybe trying to slow this game down a little bit for himself. Plants the right foot on the rubber. Deep breath. He's got the sign from Kellen Moore. If you're showing bunt, first baseman Kelly and Willivier will play in on the corners. Shows bunt again, and that ball's hit perfectly down the left field line. Vendelicato's up with it. Throw to first will not be in time. Beautifully placed bunt by Michael Boyer. Might have started out as a sacrifice, but perfectly placed. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, we've seen this 1 or 2 times before this game where Lawrence just seems to not be able to do a lot in the top of the 7th to limit the base runners at home, and they really haven't been doing it as of right now. Bases loaded, no outs, and that bunt right there from Boyer was just one hell of a bunt.
So in steps Jason Shin, the left fielder, and the first pitch to him is fastball's laced on the ground to the right-hand side. Riley Rivera's up with it. He will have no play at home, though, and he throws to Robert Kelly at first in time for the first out of the inning. Myers comes in to score, though, and just like that, the Bulldogs have a much-needed insurance run, and it's 4-2 Hopewell Valley.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you wanted, and you can do even more. 1 out, bases no longer loaded, but runners in scoring position, so you can try and add on to that in any which way you can. But for Lawrence, they got to limit that.
Infield will remain in here. Now a double steal attempt. Here comes the runner home to the plate. Vendelicato will take the ball. Throw to first will not be in time. The runner from second will come in to score. A beautifully executed squeeze play by the Bulldogs as 2 runs come in to score, and it's 6-2 Hopewell Valley.
Yeah, now Vendelicato tried to take that one again for himself as the pitcher. That bunt was a really nice squeeze bunt, and then you have 2 runners trying to go home, in which the second one, if you're Vendelicato, you can't throw to first base. You're going to have to either stay with it and try and get out the runner in that base path.
So it's a 2 RBI bunt for Lucas Henderson. Didn't even have time to introduce who the batter was. And Jeff Petrozzini takes a ball in there for a strike, so, a ball, so it's 1-0. Not the way you wanted this inning to go.
No.
You're the Cardinals.
Old
6-2 now, Bulldogs.
And old school baseball too, with all the bunting, stealing, hit and run situations.
1-0 pitch, fouled off behind home plate, so it's 1-1 to Petrozzini.
More like the bunt and run situations, really. That's what we've seen this whole top of the seventh. It's worked.
A single, an infield single, a ground out, and a bunt. Part of a squeeze play brings 2 runners home. Just like that, 6-2. Runners going from first. Pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Throw it down to second. Is not in time. It's a stolen base for Lucas Henderson. That is the 4th of the game for the Bulldogs. And yet there's another runner in scoring position here in the 7th. Petrozzini's 1 for 3 on the day. He had an RBI double back in the 4th. And Delicato sets. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Reared back on that fastball, and it's upstairs, so it's 2-2.
Bobby, you can go in and out too. Come on out.
Delicato working out the stretch. Be a 2-2 pitch. Now Delicato steps off. And Delicato clearly rattled here by this inning, and rightfully so. Just saw the 1-run trailing lead for Hopewell Valley evaporate into 4. 3-1 pitch is in the dirt, and that ball's going to go behind Kellen Moore at first base. Behind home plate. So the runner will advance to third. It's a walk-on and a wild pitch for the Cardinals, and now there's runners at the corners, but still only 1 out in the inning.
So tough right there. That's just unfortunate for a game that has been so tight and such a good pitching matchup. This is just imploding slowly but surely.
Well, in steps Jaden Shin, looking for his first hit on the day. The 9-hole batter for the Bulldogs is 0 for 3. 3 groundouts. First pitch to him, runners going from first base, and Kellen Moore will not even throw down to second. Weary of the fact that in the 5th inning, there was a double steal attempt that resulted in a run home for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I think he was going to hold on to that. And even if there wasn't a runner, I think he's just clearly frustrated with all the stolen bags right now.
So now runners at second and third, and Shin takes a pitch just upstairs, so it's 1-1. Cardinals defense back. I guess just trying to get him out here. Trailing now 6-2. 3 runs already home in this inning for the Bulldogs. Squeeze attempt, and that ball's bunted to the right-hand side. And Delicato has it. Only play will be to first. He underhands it to Robert Kelly. In to score comes Lucas Henderson, though. Petrozzini advances to third on the play. Old school baseball doing it for the Bulldogs. It's an RBI ground out for Jason Shin, and it's 7-2. Bulldogs.
Yeah, we're seeing more bunts so far in this top of the 7th than we'll ever see in a whole entire MLB season, Ethan. It's getting insane at this point. 4 runs from all these bunts and everything.
So now with finally 2 outs in the inning, the first pitch to Dylan Inge is taken down and away for a ball, so it's 1-0. Petrozzini stands at third. Infield back, rightfully now with 2 outs. And that pitch is outside and away, so it's 2-0. Inge is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the first, walked in the third, flew out in the 5th, and walked again in the 6th. Inge, one of the hottest bats on this team, 346 on the year, 18 for 52. And Delicato sets 2-0 pitches, a sweeping curveball, and that's upstairs, 3-0. And Inge is pretty good at working the counts. In this game, he's worked 3 full count offerings from Cardinals pitching. And Delicato, deep breath, working from the stretch yet again. 3-2 pitch, and that's upstairs and away, ball 4. Second walk of the inning, 4th of the game issued by Drew Delicato. And with runners on the corner yet again, that'll bring up Jake Legel.
Well, the bleeding's been done, and you're going to want to try and get something to soak it up. You just need 1 more out just to go into the bottom of 7 and provide at least a little bit of hope in life with your offense.
Lingo batting from the right-hand side. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Now throw to first, and Kelly swipes back. It was close, but not in time, as Inge dove back in. Petrozzini at third, Inge at first. 7-2 Bulldogs lead. Now the Inge is going again. Throw down to second. Cut off by the second baseman. The throw home not in time. The ball got behind home plate as Inge will go all the way to third. And just a full defensive implosion in this inning for the Cardinals.
That's
Eight.
tough.
8-2 Bulldogs.
That's very
Wow.
tough. And we saw Moore hold the ball a couple of past times in the before that, and throwing it. I think he's just frustrated. He wants to get someone out, but I think he forgot there was a runner on third the whole time.
So Inge at third now. And the first pitch to Jake Lengel is taken upstairs and away, 1-0. And with the right fielder batting here in the 7th, the Bulldogs have officially batted around in this inning. That ball's popped in the air over to first base. Robert Kelly, a few steps into foul territory, reaches up and makes the one-handed catch for the out. Quite an inning though for the Bulldogs. 5 runs on only 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Cardinals. Hopewell Valley leads 8-2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
That's a killer.
We head to the bottom of the 7th here in Lawrenceville. The Cardinals trail the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs 8-2. A 5-run top of the 7th inning put up by Hopewell Valley. Cardinals have their work cut out for them. They will try to come back in this game as they begin their final at-bats of the day.
Yeah, the Bulldogs showing off what they got with that old school baseball. I think your former gym teacher really is teaching them a thing or two about the mechanics in baseball. So yeah, a lot of runs for them going in that bunt kind of situation, and we're gonna have to see what the Cardinals do here in the bottom of the 7th.
Henderson still pitching in relief for the Bulldogs, and the first pitch is JT Gordon, the right fielder, is bunted to the right-hand side out of play, foul. So it's 0-1. It'll be JT Gordon, Riley Rivera, and Javi Casadilla due up for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 7th. Final chance for the Cardinals. That ball's hit to the second baseman. Nice stop by Myers. He's up with it. Overhand throw to Shin in time for the putout. 1 away here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 7th, and that'll bring up Riley Rivera trying to do anything he can to get on.
Yeah, and it seems like that kind of day for the Cardinals where those hard hits are just not going anywhere except for the opposing team's gloves, and that's going to happen.
Riley Rivera, he's 0 for 1 on the day. He did walk and score a run and steal a base back in the 3rd. Takes a pitch inside, so it's 1-0. Unless the Cardinals can somehow mount a comeback, Dom, this is our last inning of play-by-play for the season. 1-0 pitches in there for a strike. What a good time, though, wasn't it?
Oh, it's been great, Ethan. I mean, the days we really had, the laughs we shared, it's incredible. It's like a movie's been made.
Luckily, we're not done broadcasting yet, right?
Yeah, no, if any of you...
Rivera fouls one off in the dirt, so it's 1-2.
And we're staying local, of course, for the parents or the fans out there in Lawrence. It's not going to be bad at all. We're in Ewing,
Yes.
doing some Trenton games for 2 Trenton teams of the ACBL. So, yeah, they could definitely listen in and hear our iconic calls.
We'll be the voice of the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals. 40 home games. Should be a good time.
That means
1-2 pitches taken down and away, so it's 2-2 to Riley.
That means 40 more times these people are going to have to hear, including
If
yourself.
if they tune in.
Yes. These people are going to have to hear me with my little food critics and everything like that.
2-2 pitches lift in the air to right field. Lengel has a beat on it, and to his left he makes a one-handed grab at his belt. So there's 2-away here for the Cardinals in the 7th.
You know, I'll just say it now. I think my favorite memory of this whole entire season,
That's good, yeah.
despite the really early start at 9 in the morning on a Saturday, was
Yeah.
seeing Kellen Moore get that complete game, but not just that, also getting himself the win in a really good ball game.
Kellen had a great outing. I remember that was May 1st, Saturday.
Yeah.
Javi Casadilla, the last chance for the Cardinals. He takes a pitch in there for a strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hopewell Valley leads 8-2. Henderson sets and deals, and that pitch is fouled off. 0-2 now to Javi. Cardinals down to their last strike. Dom, I think my favorite moment. I mean, it's hard to combat against the Notre Dame walk-off.
Yeah, you're right.
Good
You're right,
times.
Ethan. That's a good one. That's a great one, actually.
0-2 to Javi Casadilla. Henderson sets. He has the pitch. And that pitch is just outside 1-2.
And a lot of great memories, man. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of fun stuff. After
I'm glad that we're not done broadcasting.
Me too.
together.
Me too.
Anybody wants to keep listening to us, we'll still be on this station. 1-2 pitches in there, strike 3 called. Strikeout to get him, looking to end the game for the Cardinals. And that will do it in the ball game. Final score today, Hopewell Valley 8, Lawrence Cardinals 2. Hi everybody, my name is Ethan Dewar alongside Dom DeRosa, and we just want to thank you so much for listening and tuning in this year as we've brought you Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro and the Lawrence TV department. We were so honored to call these games. We're so lucky that the weather cleared up for the end of the season, and this is actually not Dom and I's last stop broadcasting, as we have some exciting news, I guess, to share with the audience.
Yeah, we're really excited to announce we're going to be continuing our paths of the broadcasting side of it, the ACBL, which is also known as the American Baseball Collegiate League. I'm really excited for that and to be working with you yet again on it. We've had a lot of fun with this team. We've seen a lot of flashes of brilliance for this young roster, and thanks to the parents and everyone out there that really complimented us. It's been a blast working with you, a blast working all these games, and we're really excited to work further on with this opportunity given.
Thanks, Dom. So Dom and I will be the voice of the Trenton Generals and the Trenton Capitals, 2 teams in the Atlantic Collegiate Baseball League. You can catch those games on 107.7 The Bronx and 107.7 The Bronx Retro. And hopefully we might be back next year bringing you the games as well here from Lawrence. But in the meantime, have a great summer. Thank you for listening, and hopefully we'll see you soon.